Are we fucking ready?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Let's
Yes,
fucking
sir.
do it. Let's fucking do it.
The following podcast has been rated R. You've been warned. Welcome to the greatest DC Legends podcast in human history. Well, okay, maybe not, but stick around anyway because we're about to have some fun. You know me, I'm the AB. And along with the All-Stars, we'll talk DCL, superheroes, comic book lore, and everything else in between. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Atlantis After Dark.
Hello, and welcome to our humble fucking podcast. We're glad you could join us on this most hospitable occasion. Collect yourselves and gather round because we have some good stuff coming your way today. We know who the new tunes are going to be, Mongul and Ursa. The reworks have been announced, Captain Atom and Connor Kent. Raids are almost upon us, boo. Plus, 6-day comps. Is there a quick comp team for endgame players? All that and more on today's show. I'll tell you guys what, I'm ready to go already. So are you. So I'm done wasting time. You know what we're going to do? Let's meet today's All-Stars. Warming up in the bullpen. His wife tells me that foreplay with him is a lot like when he cooks burgers on the grill. 3 minutes on each side. It's BIFF by Adam West. What's the word, dude?
Ooh. Hey,
What's going on, man?
6 minute man. Good
I know.
deal.
6 minutes of foreplay. You got me beat by about, 300%.
So it's negative foreplay? Jesus, man.
I don't know if it's negative, but let's just get after it here.
That's like, does looking at her count as foreplay?
Yeah, that's called pre-marriage.
Oh.
I'm just glad Biff got hit with that one instead of me. I was the one talking about making cheeseburgers at 3 a.m.
Oh, we'll get to you. Don't worry.
Oh, good.
All right. Next up, he's the Sorcerer Supreme of cyberspace. Last week, he told me he was watching this really weird porno with a dude sitting on the couch masturbating and crying at the same time. Then he realized he didn't even turn the TV on. It's Retmus. What's happening, Big Kahuna?
Oh, same old. Just glad to be here with you guys, enjoying the day.
Good deal. All right. And what can I say about this next All-Star? The other day, he went to the zoo to watch the monkeys masturbating. Then he went to watch the crocodiles, and he was still masturbating. It's replacement Sekju. Welcome, sir. How are you today?
I clearly have boundaries with the public issues, If that's what I'm doing at the zoo, yikes.
You're not
No,
allowed.
I'm doing pretty well. Little residual soreness as we were discussing earlier from yesterday, but otherwise pretty good, I would say.
Good deal. That drywall's a bitch, isn't it?
Oh my God, yeah, yes.
Oh yeah.
That's all I have to say is yes. Or sheetrock for those who use
Right.
different verbiage.
Oh, good. Yeah. No, it's a
I don't know which verbiage my contractor uses, but he's the one in charge of that.
Yeah, that stuff can be very tiring and sore, especially when you're doing ceilings. Oh my goodness, ceilings are hard.
Well, especially when you're in terrible physical shape like me too. Like Jesus.
Well, that's when you make helpers out of 2x4s. You make the
Yeah.
letter T, and prop it up.
Or you hire someone. I
Exactly.
don't ask my plumber to do my job, so I'm not fixing my toilet. How about that?
I'm on Team
Well,
Biff.
you have to keep in mind, Biff. I was the free labor in this one. I'm helping a friend. It's
Oh,
not
okay.
even my basement.
Oh, good Lord.
Normally, I would hire somebody.
So you didn't get anything out of it either? Did you
I
get
got
free
a
pizza?
sandwich.
Oh,
It was a
a
really good
sandwich.
turkey sandwich, some carrot sticks, and some cookies. They were
You
good.
need to hire new friends.
Well,
All right.
sometimes we do things, for others that we don't expect anything in return for, just because they're your friends.
I hear that.
Amen. And I got a sandwich, so there you go.
Yeah. Icing on the cake, right?
Right on.
All right. Well, welcome one and all. Just a few notes to pass along before we start. We have new merch in the store. That's right. We have Sekju and Tootytron, as well as the updated All-Stars. All that merch has just dropped over there, so be sure to get to atlantisafterdark.com and check them out. Retmus, you really did a hell of a job, as you always do, sir. Outdid yourself. Love it. Love the new stuff. If you want to see what it looks like for yourself, get over there and check it out. atlantisafterdark.com. And by the way, to celebrate the new merch, everything in the store is now 20% off for the next 3 days. I can't give you a better deal than that, folks, but only for the next 3 days, so don't sit on your hands too long. What do you have to say about that, Biff?
That is great. I saw the designs. They were phenomenal. I actually am doing a test where I'm bringing free merch to local comic book stores, and anyone that recognizes them gets to keep them for nothing.
Ooh.
But I went into my local one yesterday and the owner wasn't there. And so I was like looking at this little nerd behind the counter and I'm like, I can't have this conversation without the owner. So I just walked out.
Yeah, that's a little hard to broach.
Yeah, well, I'm excited to have my my personification up there with the rest of the All-Stars. So, go to the store and get yourself one sexy fucking mug is all I'm saying. Or a shirt. Or a hat, maybe.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Get your own sex juice. That's right.
Yeah. Yeah. I had really fun making that design. I really like how it turned out.
And thank you.
I do.
Great. I love
great.
the design, by the way. Thank you very much.
Oh, you're
was
very
great.
welcome.
Now, since I'm the all-time leader in individual sales on the site, I think I will now fall into second pretty quickly with Tootytrons dropping.
Oh, yeah. This is pretty awesome, too.
This is pretty slick. And thanks to Tootytron for letting us plug that in the merch store. So get over there, check it out, atlantisafterdark.com. And a nice segue would be this. If you go to atlantisafterdark.com right now and buy a Witty Amazon shirt just in time for raids, her Comp Queen brilliance will zap into the top of your head like a boom tube of brilliance. And you too will be able to conquer the raids this time around. Raids, right? Am I right? Raids?
Yeah.
Yes.
Am I
Yes.
right?
Did you guys see the bonus? Dark Side, Superwoman, and Hippo are one times.
Oh, well, let's hold that thought and let's not waste any more time. I'm so fucking stupid today. Let's get Jesus. Let's get into some DCL. All right. Raids are going to be upon us before you know it. And God, we just said it, right? All of the two timers are going to be bonus points, right? No?
No.
No. That was
No.
just making a joke.
Oh, they
about
were making
the,
a joke.
the standard
Oh,
tunes.
I'm
Yeah, the
sorry.
characters
you
will
fell
be
for
using.
I
Yeah.
fell for
I'm making the
it.
joke that the discussion
Oh,
of
no.
bonus tunes and raids is tired. We're above that at this point.
Well, we
It's
are.
the same old. The 5 times look okay on this one.
The
Yeah,
five
I
times
mean,
do.
That's all we need to say.
Yeah. And don't discount the 5 times, right? Like I
Oh, no.
did want to say this. I typically lead the alliance off, right? And the thing that I always do is I flip through all the 5 times anymore because you never know. One of them is going to wind up being really, really good.
Oh,
so, you know,
Ravager was great that one time.
Oh,
Remember the
yeah.
raids? She surprised the heck out of us.
oh yeah,
Batman Who Laughs was awesome as a 5-time.
it was.
Yeah.
And listen, take the 2 times and just bring them out to the back of the barn. There's just no reason to even discuss it, do anything with it. You look at the 3 times, but when you see, I don't know, it's like one of them Giganta this time, like that's
Yeah.
useless.
Yeah.
But 5 times and the usual suspects. That's my
Yeah.
opinion.
Yeah.
I just want a Dr. Fate rework and him be a 5 times.
He's a 2-time this time, and you have an RB5, and I bet she doesn't do anything for you.
I don't know. I'll probably still use them.
Oh,
Well, if you got an RB5 Dr. Fate, you're probably going to use him in the raids. I would.
Oh, yeah.
Holy crap.
I just love the character.
I hear you,
I
buddy.
hope he gets the rework too.
I do too, because I have a rebirth Dr. Fate as well.
Dr. Fate's an awesome character.
he really is.
Yes, I like Dr.
just-
Fate.
just power corrupt and can't survive a hit.
Yeah, I'm back to the original Dr. Fate when he was like original, like his original kit before he was ever reworked. I loved his counters because the counter he does, the animation, still think he has the best animation in the game when he creates that big energy ball, magical ball, and then blasts everybody with it.
Right.
That used to be an AoE, if you guys remember, if you played it back then. And he would always, do that if someone had like a debuff on them. He would just counter and hit the whole team, and he could wipe them all out. He was like the counter for the meta back in the day. And back then, when I first saw him ever do that first animation, I just loved it. I was just like, man, I got to have that character. And I farmed the crap out of his one single node every day. I mean, I've played it over and over and over, just trying to get that extra shard every day. And finally, I made it, to RB5, and very happy with him, except, being power crept and weak as heck.
And everybody lived happily ever after. The
It
end.
just means he's in line for a great rework, like so many other tunes recently. So just got to be patient.
Look, with the new character being Kryptonian theme, wouldn't it have been a perfect time to rework Power Girl?
It would have been.
Yeah.
And they just glanced over her. But anyway, that's
Wow.
another story.
Well, speaking of that, let's talk a little bit about. We did get some information on the new tunes. Mongul, ruler of War World, which also happens to be one of my favorite episodes of Bruce Timm's Justice League series, by the way.
Oh yeah.
And General Zod's main squeeze and DC's version of Jada Pinkett Smith Ursa will be in the game too. So, there's that to
You
contend
almost
with.
made me spit, man.
Sorry, rare form today, I guess. But yeah, and it's not just because of the hair. I'm so fucking bad. No, but so it looks like we're going to have a couple of decent tunes. I mean, I like both Mongol and Ursa. We'll see what they do with them. And, of course, the reworks. Captain Atom, when he first came out, he came out with Man-Bat, didn't he? And he was one of the first disease tunes. Am I remembering
he came
that right?
out before Man-Bat.
Did he?
He was the first one to have.
Oh,
the
he was the
disease.
first. Okay. He was the first.
But it was
one
just
to
a
have
it was like a single disease though, so it did like
Right.
nothing.
Right. Yeah, it was a shitty power. But now they're getting reworks, and or he's getting a rework along with Connor Kent.
Yeah.
So I don't know if anybody's looking forward to those reworks. I mean, I'm kind of looking forward to seeing what they do with Captain Atom, because
Oh yeah, definitely.
he's a powerful character.
Yeah, he's a great character. I mean,
Yeah.
I've loved pretty much all the iterations of him in the comic books. I've loved him on. There's a few episodes. I remember one where he did on the Justice League Unlimited show where he fought Superman.
Oh,
using red radiation.
Yep.
To fight him and stuff. It was kind of cool. I mean, of course, Superman beat him, but it just shows the power level that he has to be able to stand up to him in the first place.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
So I'm excited for him. Hopefully they do his disease right. I'm thinking they might go a little bit like Punchline, where he might just like circumvent, when an enemy team has like prevent debuffs or something like that, that he might go around it. I'm just guessing,
Yeah,
but
that could
I'm
be cool.
thinking they might do something like that.
Yeah, that could be cool. I'm also interested to see what they do with Connor Kent.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I hope they just get rid of that useless power. It's like, what, one strength up if an ally dies or something completely, totally useless. Like, those ally death powers are useless to begin with, because who here goes into a match planning to lose somebody?
Right.
So it's
Right.
like, okay, that's cross one power right off the bat. Now, I want to clarify that's different than self-death powers. Like, if this tune dies, buff the rest of your team, because obviously accidents happen. So, you don't go into a match planning to lose someone, but if they happen to die and help you win the match, great. But a power shouldn't rely on somebody else dying to trigger, because nobody wants to lose anybody when they go into a match. I mean, I don't know. I just don't understand that mechanic, and I hope that that's something they replace on his kit. They did that with Terra. They made it so, somebody else doesn't have to die, I think, or there's always her dying. I don't know. I can't remember. But either way, it's a useless power. They need to fix that.
Wow.
I did see from one of the quote unquote insiders that they believe Connor is going to be very strong, and that useless ability is no longer there.
Hooray.
So
Well, then you didn't waste that breath on nothing, right?
That's right.
Mhm.
There you go. There
I
you
just
go.
got the warm fuzzies from that comment from Biff. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, got to know the insiders.
It's true.
Yeah.
I just know the guys that know the
I just-
insiders.
I-
I
yeah,
get that third hand
and I know,
knowledge.
but I am always cautious with
Right.
kits on paper.
Yeah.
If Whitty
Oh,
was
yeah.
here, as Whitty would hear, she would take over the conversation now and tell how she hates when people say someone's going to be awesome.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
You know, how Captain Cold is going to be meta changing. And
Don't even. I fell for that one time, Captain Cold. One time.
Yeah.
meta changing.
Well, heck, even if you look at Blue Beetle's kit on paper, it sounds awesome. You know, removing all the shields from all characters and, you know, all this, but he's horrible.
Right. On
I mean, I'd
paper.
like,
Don't remind me.
But on
you
paper,
made
he's-
Zuzu sad.
Don't remind me about Blue Beetle because it
Yeah.
brings me back to my first ever appearance on WROL, where I was talking about Dove, and there was another guy there talking about the Blue Beetle rework, and he just took over, and I didn't get to say a word like the whole episode.
Oh, that was classic.
It was fabulous. Hate Mail got disconnected during the
man.
episode, so it's just me and Cespio. And he just goes off for about 45 minutes on how much he hated the Blue Beetle rework. And I got about a minute and a half of Dove in.
Oh boy. That was awesome.
yeah.
A good time was had by all that day.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but so yeah, to wrap all that up, I know we don't really talk about the new tunes. We just have the information on them. But I thought it'd be
Right.
kind of fun to bring them up and be, hey, we're fanboys. Yay for Mongol.
You know, for once, I kind of like the legendary skins on both of the characters. They look
Oh,
pretty
yeah.
decent. I mean, I love the way Mongol looks, and you know, Ursa. I mean, she looks good. It's not like a crazy thing like you can't wait to rebirth them to get rid of that skin. You know.
Right. Yeah,
So the artwork team did very well this time.
they really did. They really
But-
did.
Bretmus, do you know of like, is there a skin in the comics that looks like that Mongol one? Because when I saw it, I mean, I don't hate it, but it's not
Yeah.
like any Mongol I've ever seen before. I'm just
No,
curious if
it's
there's a
just-
comic reference for that anywhere.
No, it's just like a war armor. I've seen him in different armor, but not like that exactly. He kind of looks kind of like a transformer, actually, if you look at him more and more. But I don't know. I just think it suits his character. You know, it kind of makes him look just beefier.
Yeah. And I was having the conversation with Lurking on our server earlier about like which Mongol is this that we're actually getting, because the character description kind of lends itself to, you know, the original Mongol
Mhm.
who,
Interesting.
you know, in the 80s was introduced as a nemesis to Superman and
Yeah.
got revamped after Crisis and ended up having Superman fight on Warworld and all that great stuff. And I'm just wondering, like, is this the dad or is this the son that we're getting? Because obviously the son is the one
Well-
involved in more contemporary stories that I would think
Yeah.
the people
It's-
playing DC
I would-
Legends would know.
I would think that it
it's-
would be the latter because they're calling him the champion of Warworld, right?
Well, so was the father. They both
Oh,
were.
really? Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
I think it's the
Oh.
original. I don't, because I think they would say like Mongol, son of whatever, or something
Oh.
like son of Mongol, or if they were going to do something like that to differentiate the character.
Well,
At least I'm assuming they would, but
Yeah.
you know, who knows with them.
Yeah. It just feels like the
Steve?
son would make more sense though, too, because he was actually involved in Blackest Night and, you know, the core story of the game.
Right.
But you're
don't
right,
know.
it does with them.
Yeah. I mean, the original Mongol, he was more powerful than Superman in strength wise. He, if they would go like toe to toe, Superman's punches and stuff wouldn't even affect him.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like barely. So they made him way overpowering. And what I want to know is if he is that powerful and he's from another world and he was a ruler of his world, you know, and he was overthrown by his, you know, fellow subjects and kicked out of his world. And that's when he made his own world, you know, war world. What's that race like? If they became, you know, like they wanted to dominate, who could even stop them?
It could have been a technology thing though, too. Like, you know, like he might have been the most powerful of his race, or he might have like somehow enhanced himself later too. Like, you know,
been like
that
been like
via
a Lobo.
traditional bad guy style.
well, sure. And let's not forget how OP some of those new gods are either.
Yeah,
true.
True. Wasn't there a story or something where I could be completely wrong on this, but I think Mongul kills Necron or Necron kills Mongul. I can't remember which way it was. It's been
I don't know
so
about
long.
Necron, but I'm pretty sure Neron kills Mongul. Like
That's
Neron
it,
offers a bunch
Neron.
of villains like a power up, and
Yeah.
Mongul's all proud and says, you know, go to hell basically to Neron.
Yeah,
and Neron
it
says,
was
oh
Neron.
yeah, oh yeah, what now, bitch? And then he kills Mongul. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's,
What now,
that's
That was
basically
it.
how that goes.
Yeah. Like I said, it's been a long time since I've looked at those comic books. I mean,
yeah.
decades.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but
Trying to think, is that like Triangle era Superman? That might be.
oh no, but I'm looking forward to them. I mean, I'd like to see
Yeah.
what they do with Ursa in the game. I mean, I always loved Superman 2.
Yeah.
When she was, first on the screen. It was Sarah Douglas that played her. And I always thought she was great because she was just, back in the day, she was like the epitome of being a bitch,
I know.
and I was
And
just
you know
like,
what?
she's a badass.
I know. And you know what? Little kid AB thought that was the hottest thing ever.
Oh,
Boy,
yes,
did
that's
she
what I'm talking
turn
about.
little AB
Doesn't she
Frank.
at one point like kick a guy in the nuts and
Yeah.
he flies into space basically? Like, isn't that one of the, like when she attacks the astronauts on the moon? She's
On the
just like,
moon.
punch this guy straight in the nuts. Now imagine getting a Kryptonian super kick to the nuts in
Oh.
space. That's about as bad as it gets, I think.
That is the first Kryptonian in the last. Fucking A.
Fucking Biff.
Oops, sorry. Am I back?
You're back,
Yes,
buddy.
we're back.
Oh, God. Well,
Am I back?
you're
Yes.
back.
You're back.
Yeah,
You're
you're
Yeah, I
back.
lost my sound again.
You can say
No, but
something
that's the
about
first
Kryptonians.
reference I've gotten in the last 10 minutes. Superman 2. So thanks for nudging me and waking me up from that
You're welcome.
Kryptonian chat.
Hey, we do what we can do. Oh boy. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's wrap this up and let's talk a little bit about Siege. Siege is going to be ending today. Has
Yeah.
anybody
God.
had? You say what now?
Thank God.
God.
I've done so terribly this siege. I don't know if I'm trying to get too cute with bonus tunes and just screwing up left and right. Because as Biff mentioned on an earlier episode, like the bonus tunes are great this siege. There's some really good bonus tunes,
Yeah.
but I keep fucking up somehow and losing. So I got to the point where I was just getting frustrated and just using like no bonus comps. I'm just clearing this stupid board to hold my position, and that's basically where I am at now. So please, siege, end.
Yeah. Well, your wish will be granted later today.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm at 280 right now, and I haven't bought any energy at all this entire siege.
Wow.
But and I don't want to. I really don't. I mean, yeah, he's a great character, and a lot of people, I know a few people that want to RB5 him straight away
Mhm.
because of his stun ability and stuff, and that's great and stuff. I don't know. You know how some characters just speak to you and you're like, hey, I want that character on my team because
Oh,
I
yeah.
like them. I mean, I like his abilities, and sure, I'd take an RP5 of him and use them nonstop, but it wasn't like a character that I had to have for some
Right.
reason. I don't know why.
Right. Yeah, I do the same thing. I have to weigh, like, how much am I actually going to use this character versus how much do I actually want this character? And depending
like-
on, yeah.
Yeah, like if they do like a Dr. Fate rework, I would use him every match.
Sure. Sure. I can see that.
And he would be a siege bonus tune that month, so that would work out great.
Ooh,
Wow.
yes.
If there's any reason you
Yes.
wouldn't win Siege that month, I'd be curious to know what it is.
Spending the gems.
Yeah.
I'm a gem hoarder. I do not want to spend them only on the characters I really want.
My God. But no, I appreciate John Stewart, Ultraviolet Lantern, but at the same time, did we lose Biff?
Yeah,
I think we lost him.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess Biff didn't pay his internet bill.
Yeah, he threw a smoke bomb and disappeared.
Yeah. I am the night. Fucking Biff. Well, we'll see if he rejoins us. Now I lost my train of fucking thought.
I was gonna say, I hope he comes back because that whole segment about the 6-day tunes. That was all Biff. I
Yeah,
think.
yeah. That's here he comes. Here he comes. Here he comes. He must have had some technological differences. There he comes. So now you're muted, buddy.
And no picture. So
Wow.
there he is.
There we go. I lost. I lost. You could hear me. I couldn't hear you guys.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Oh, okay.
But everything's A-okay
The
now.
adventures with sound continue.
Well, it may be time to investigate a new headset there, pal.
Yeah, I know.
Same one Retmus has.
Yeah.
It might come in camo. You just have to check the website.
Have Retmus give you the 411 on his headset there, buddy.
Yes, it is. It is that time.
Yeah.
Yeah, we bought them when they were on sale, and I got, I think, 6 pair. Gave my son a pair, my wife a pair, and have a few extras stored in a closet for whenever they go bad.
So why aren't you trying to upsell him? Why aren't you trying to grift him a little bit there?
Yeah, you could sell him one out of your closet at this point.
You didn't have to tell him how much it was.
If he needed one, I would just give him one.
Back alley headset transaction.
Yeah. There's no need to upcharge anybody for it.
I thought you were an entrepreneur, Retmus.
Well, I am when it comes to certain things, but to help out a friend.
No, I'm teasing.
Who cares about money?
I'm teasing you, man. I'm teasing you.
You know, except for you, AB, I charge you triple.
I would hope. I would charge me triple too. I'm a son of a bitch. All right. So maybe that should end our siege conversation because we didn't have much to talk about. I just wanted to kind of acknowledge that siege was over with and that we were all happier for it. It'll be curious to see. I don't know. Do you think Jon Stewart will do anything in the raids this time around, or do you think his kid is just unsalvageable in that scenario?
Well, I mean,
oh, go ahead, Retmus. Sorry.
I mean, his ability to stun, and we're not going up against Superboy Prime,
right?
You know, so he'll be able to stun them. You'll be able to get more hits in. It depends on, you know, what other characters are on your team.
Yeah.
You know, if you use Lois, you know, you're going to stack up. If you use Spectre, you're going to stack up. Keeping him stunned so he can't attack is going to be beneficial. He does hit super hard. I mean, he really hits hard. So, you know, against greens and stuff, he's going to do major damage.
Yeah, use him on Green Day.
Yeah, pretty much. I don't see any, you know, negative, you know, effects of not using him. But if you have him geared out, I mean, by all means, go for it. Try him out, you know, try him on Green Day. If he works for you, stick with it. If not, you know, you always have your backup tunes to fall to.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
Yeah. And I see him kind of similar actually to the issues you might have with Alan Scott as well, is that they both have a power that doesn't really do anything to cause damage. So when they're sitting on auto and that power hits, it's like, oh, great. So, you know, depending on which one hits harder on their basic after a little bit of observation might be the best one to throw into like your traditional dark side pairing or with Kyle to get those constant hits. I think that's where Retmus is saying too, with Jon Stewart, you have that advantage of that 25% chance, or is it 30% chance, I think, the stun on his basic as well. So there's a chance to get those extra stuns in there to save you from taking any retaliatory damage, which is always nice. But, you know, if you run him with Kyle, does it really matter? Because he's got all that awareness and damage immunity and everything else going on too. So I don't know. I mean, I think versus green bosses, yeah, absolutely. He's going to be useful, but so could Alan Scott. I mean, he's a 5x too, and he hits pretty hard now after his rework with that basic. If everybody's shielded, it's a good excuse to actually bring 4 people onto the raid team to get that extra shield bonus damage from him.
It's a good point. It's a very good point.
Could be running Dark Side, Hippo, Ultraviolet, Jon Stewart, and Alan Scott, and that might actually work.
All right. Well, I'm going to leave that to you to try, and you report back to us.
Will do. You'll be the first to hear about it.
I'm sure I will be. I'm sure you can tag me in everything. I'm looking forward to it. Let's shift gears a little bit here, and let's bring Biff in. I want to spotlight something that he brought up to us. There was a bit of a question on comp teams, and I guess Biff, why don't you pose the question here, because I'm going to get this terribly wrong for some reason. Either I'm just not capable of comprehending it or something, but you wanted to discuss quick comps for the 6-day event for endgame players?
Yeah. So if you think about it, like, you know, we always have those conversations of anything we're kind of grinding, right? Anything we just want to get over with, like, how fast can we do it? You know, like I remember one time we talked about the Legendary Essence upgrade event, you know, where you're where how quickly can you get through it with Black Flash and Shiva, and we had brought up different comps of that, and then all of a sudden our community came back to us, and M4 said no, that Black Flash and Shiva is faster than Black Adam and Wonder Woman POT that we were using prior to that.
Right.
So I like the idea of thinking through different things. And this is not, if you're a new player, if you're still trying to fight through the 6-day, this is not a discussion for you. This is more for all of us that in PvE events are largely irrelevant and just want to get through it as quickly as we can. I just tried to figure out what's the fastest comp I can build to blow through those 6-day events, because it is the best, although we had a big discussion about the math and how to maximize those, the best way to get the most shards for your energy and your gems and things is to play the event each of the 6 days.
Right.
And then obviously, as Tootie's shown us all the math and everything, then, speed force the last node to get to whatever level you need. But I just wanted to find a quick way to get through the 6 days. And I'd be curious to hear from the community. What do you guys use? Jump on our Discord server and tell me I'm wrong, or tell me, here's what I use. This is the fastest for me. But I've gotten it to the point where I can clear the last node of a 6-day in less than 12 seconds. And that's pretty significant, I think, to, for the quality of life of some of these modes that, we're just kind of hitting auto and just letting it run.
Definitely.
But my comp is I use Grodd's secret leader ability, put him in the lead. Cassie Kane. And by the way, Grodd and Cassie Kane are both RB5. So that might be one of the reasons why I blow through so quickly. And then I use Black Flash and Black Adam. And so we have all 4 with powerful AoEs. So you're basically doing an entire team with 4 straight shots. And if it's, we get to the 5th node, someone else does something and ends it pretty quick in about 12 seconds. So that's what I use. Grodd, Black Adam, Black Flash, and Cassie Kane. None of them have slow animations, so that makes it really quick. As I said, my Cassie Kane with her AoE is at RB5 is ludicrous. And obviously when people start dying, he's the last one to go out of the 4.
Wow. I guess I never really thought about putting a team together that could defeat a 6-day event quickly. And you're right. It's not so much about, being able to smash the 6-day event and get all the shards you can. It's about being able to maximize the, I guess, gems to shard ratio as well. So there's a science behind it.
Yeah, I mean, we were doing the math because a lot of people said, well, you could just do the 6-day event. If you want to go to RB5, you could just do it in one day, and you don't have to do the other days. And that's absolutely the case. And if you just want to get it done, I know Wally wanted to get Stripe RB5, so he just did it in the first few of the 6-day event.
Hell yeah. Did we lose him again?
I'm back.
There we go.
You're back.
Yep.
We can hear you.
And but the best ratio. So basically, you get about I'm trying to think of the numbers now, but
13.85.
Yeah, it speed forcing the final node. So Tootie's done all the math, and that is the best way to go. It's the final node.
Right.
But still, doing the 6-day, doing the event each day for the 6 days, the original one, is spend the energy to gem ratio or energy to shard ratio is about half of doing that final node. So you do want to do all 6 days. But if you have goals over 350 to 400 shards, which is what the 6 days is going to give you over those 6 days, if you have goals well above that, and Sekju, you're saying, yeah, I'm not stopping at 400, but still to save as much energy and as much gems as possible, do the event each day, and then pick whatever day you want to start spamming the final node. But you do have to maximize everything. You do have to do it all 6 days if you remember and have the time. And I just found a way to finish it in 10 to 15 seconds.
Wow.
And that's the last node. So it tells you the first few are even quicker.
So instead of speed forcing it, you play it just you're playing.
You have to
with that
play it.
team. Yeah.
You have to play
Oh,
it
that's right,
the
you
first
have to
time
play it
each
the first
day.
time. Yeah. Golly.
And then to truly build up, if you're going RB3, RB4, RB5, or whatever, then you're speed forcing the last node after you
Right.
finish it.
Okay.
But every day you have to finish it manually.
Oh yeah, no, and that's it's funny you mentioned that because that's not this last go around, but the previous 6-day event that Star Sapphire had. That's when I got mine to RB5, doing the exact same thing.
Right. And I just decided that I wanted to find the fastest comp to get through it.
Okay.
To move on, and that's Sekju was telling me, he's like, well, I don't have the time to do it every day. I'm like, well, if you do each note, each thing less than 10 seconds,
right,
you can just sit there and click it. And I'm just not, I don't like to waste gems.
I hear you. So tell everybody what that comp is one more time.
Okay. Gorilla Grodd, Cassie Kane, Black Adam, and Black Flash.
Okay. So that's your comp. Now, the question you asked then, Biff, was what are some of the other comps that some of the other endgame players use that get them through this 6-day challenge fast? So that's what we want to know. Hit us up on our Discord server, come into the Talk with Us channel, and let us know. What are your best comps? What are your fastest speed comps? I want to know. Biff wants to know. Retbus wants to know. Sekju wants to know. Witty and Hate Mail, they all want to know. Everybody wants to know. Get over there. Do it.
I'd like to make it easy.
Easy. That's what we like to do. That's what we like to do. So hopefully that has fostered some discussion amongst our fabulous fan base and our wonderful crew. But for now, you've been a fantastic panel. It's time to get to our last word. So I'm going to take it around the horn, and I want to start with you, Retmus. Take us to church, pal.
All right. I just want to thank everybody, for showing up today and having a good old time like we normally do. And I'll make it short and sweet today. The things that we take in life, sometimes we have, grudges that we put on other people, over stupid little things, and we have a limited time here and we hold these grudges out. And if you've ever noticed when people come to the end of life, they always say, I wish I would have done this, or I'm sorry about that. Why wait until that time comes to wish you have done things? If you're holding a grudge because someone owed you money and never paid you, or they did something to you that just, if you really sit down and think about it, well, it really wasn't that bad. They just kind of did me a little wrong. Forgive them, move on, let that little bit of weight be off your shoulders instead of waiting till there is no time, So basically that's it. Just, try and just live for the day. Don't let things hold you down or hold you back, and just keep going.
Well said. Well said. It takes no extra effort to be a good person, right, Retmus?
Exactly.
Bingo. All right. Thanks, buddy. Biff, tell us like it is, pal.
Yeah, I love it. I love following that. But AB, I actually like that. It takes no extra effort to be a good person.
Yeah.
That's an excellent saying. No, not much to add. Do your best to get through raids. We do at AAD. We have probably the most stress-free raid of any alliance out there. And actually, I've had a couple retirements of late, so we do have a couple openings. We went over 10 months without any opening, and over the last 3 months, we've had a couple pop up. So if anyone's interested, reach out to me. Go check out the store and our new merch because it is cool as hell. Thank you, Retmus, for those designs. And that's it.
That's it. All right. Sekju, you get the last word today. What's going on, pal?
Oh, I'll generally agree with the sentiment that it doesn't take extra effort to be a good person, but sometimes it does. Fuck that drywall, god damn it. My poor legs. But anyway,
yeah.
In general, you should, don't live your life in a way that you feel like you'll have regrets later. Like, even if in the moment you like say something, you're like, oh shit, that was a little bit more harsh than I probably should have been. Like, it never hurts to throw an apology out there. And, I think the hardest thing for a lot of people is sometimes admitting that they are wrong and they need to say, whoops, my bad. And I'll go ahead and throw one out there today. I was wrong, Biff. Whoops, my bad on the efficiency thing with the 6-day. You're 100% spawn on. It's something I'll definitely start doing for gem conservation. And, I appreciate that you took the time to give us that segment, and thank you for that. So my bad. I was wrong.
That's mighty big of you, Sekju.
Exactly. Proud of you, man.
We love
one step at a time, but still, fuck that drywall. God damn it.
You were doing so good. It was a living example. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you guys. You guys have been awesome today, and that's going to be it. We want to thank all of you for taking the time to be with us today. Get on our website, atlantisafterdark.com. Grab some cool swag from the merch store, or get on Discord and talk directly to us. And then hit that subscribe button because you know you want to. For Retmus, Biff, Sekju, we'll see you all right here next time for another episode of Double AD. Thanks, and so long, everybody.